Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Unpacking Our Scripted Lives. So today I'm kind of like doing a part two of the other episode that I already recorded with my friends last time. A few of you guys asked me to make a part two, which is more like a smaller version. So I was kind of thinking like what kind of topic or what kind of things should I talk about? So I decided to talk about the scripted version of the perfect girlfriend in a relationship. I know probably I could have invited one or two people to talk about it, but then I really wanted this to be like super, super short because the other one was quite long. And like I said before, I'm trying my very, very best to make sure that all of these episodes are very short. So do forgive me if you guys were expecting more guests or whatever it is, but I promise I'll make it up to you in the next episode. Just stay tuned. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, welcome. And for those of you guys who have been with me throughout the journey, welcome back. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that every time that I upload something, you will be notified. So let's get to the order of today's business. Today's topic is mostly about just unpacking this scripted version or these expectations that most guys have for ladies in relationships. Guys, don't attack me because I'm just saying this from a girl's perspective or from some of because I asked some of my friends like what they think when it comes to the scripted versions or what the scripted version of a girlfriend should be like in a relationship. And this is some of the things that they told me and I just thought like I would share. And if you have like a different opinion or whatever it is, please be sure to just comment in the comments below so that I can know. And yeah, so the first this is just a question before we start. For guys, do you consider your girl's financial stability to be very, very essential before you can date her or when you get in the relationship? How important is it? I mean, I will explain it later in like it'll come up in some of the points, but then I just wanted to know like when you're dating, how important is your girlfriend's financial stability in like how important is it to you? Just let me know in the comments below. So one of the I just have like 4 or 5 points that I'm just gonna talk about like real quick. So like the first point that I got from the guys that I asked was that girls are complicated. I was like, oh my god. From my perspective, I honestly didn't think that girls are complicated. But I've heard this from like different people who've mentioned that girls are complicated people. But I don't think that girls are necessarily complicated. I think any person, like anybody could be complicated, if I could put it that way. It just takes like how well do you know your person and how well do you understand your girlfriend. If you take more time to understand your girlfriend, then you probably know that it's not that complicated. For example, most girls just talk about being given attention, giving time, like quality time, like those kind of things. And most of the times when girls ask for attention or when they ask you to text them quickly or give them calls, check up on them or whatever it is, some guys do tend to take this as being complicated or as being difficult. But then at the same time, I'm sure if you're in a relationship with someone, the least you can do is give them a text, give them a call. It's just the simple things. I don't think it really takes more time for you to reach out to someone you really care about. I understand that people could be busy or whatever it is, but then those things that you think girls make to seem complicated or whatever it is, if you really think about it deep down, you might actually see that you just need to like pay extra attention and then you'd understand that she's not being difficult. She's just trying to let you know the things that make her feel understood or make her feel loved in some sense. I don't know. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that girls are difficult or complicated. But if you do think that girls are complicated, please do give me examples of how complicated it is that you think us as women seem to be complicated because, from my own opinion, I think we're the sweetest thing. I don't think we're complicated at all. Anyways, the second point that I got was that girls are too materialistic in relationships. That guys have the scripted version that if you're dating a girl, she's gonna be most of the girls, even before you date them, even like when you're trying to pursue them, most of them, they're gold diggers. That's why most guys say, oh, I'm still single because I cannot find the right one. Most of the girls are just after money, blah 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 blah. But then this is like a very controversial situation. This is like a very controversial topic because in as much as you might be a single guy out there, you on your own, you still need money to survive. So essentially money is important to you. And getting someone involved in your life, it means both of you guys have to take care of each other. So you still need money. But yeah, I do understand that there's some circumstances that people need extra money, excess money. But then it's not every girl who's a gold digger. It's not everyone who's materialistic out there. Because some people, the things that matter to them, you don't need to buy them like a bouquet of roses or whatever it is. You could just walk into a park, pick a few flowers, go and give it to them. It's not everything that needs money. It's not everything that needs showers with expensive gifts, expensive restaurants, expensive hotels, or whatever it is. You might be broke, or you might not have enough money as you might want to have. But then you can make your room into like a mini romantic cinema. You can make your room into a picnic. You can make a home cooked meal and just have a candlelight dinner. It's those small little things. You can write a note to your person. You can write a handwritten letter that doesn't even need, you just need your pen and a paper. You can write a letter to that person. It's the thought that counts mostly. Like, yeah, money is essential here and there, but then for all the ladies to be labeled as gold diggers or to be essentially labeled as, oh, I cannot get this person because I need to have money, I need to be a billionaire, whatever. You don't need to be a billionaire to have a lady in your life. You don't need to be a millionaire to have a lady in your life. It's not everyone who's after your money. One day when you find someone who's after your life, you're gonna run. Not that I'm wishing you bad luck or anything like that, but just stop labeling most girls as gold diggers. I understand that there might be like a huge population that's leaning towards needing the letters Louis Vuitton bag, the letters Chanel, Dior, whatever it is, those bougie labels and whatever it is. I get it. But then it's also the small things that matter. So don't neglect those things. Just focusing on being a millionaire or just focusing on getting your girlfriend the new latest iPhone that came out, the new AirPods, the new like Apple Watch, taking her to like a fancy getaway, trying to get her a BMW, whatever it is. Those are some of the things that she might need. Fine. But then are you fulfilling her like are you fulfilling her needs? Apart from you identifying her as a gold digger or whatever it is. Are you there? Are you giving her emotional support or whatever it is? It's not everyone who's a gold digger, and it's not everyone who's after your money. Keep that in mind. The third point that I got was that girls are supposed to be planners or the romantic ones in relationships. Oh my God. I guess like I'm living in movies. I think that's another video that I might have to make later on. I I think the whole idea that ladies are the ones who should be more romantic or that are scripted to be more romantic in a relationship. Like they're the ones who can plan the dates, they're the ones who can cook meals at home, they're the ones who can plan family getaways, they're the ones who can do this, they're the one. What's wrong with you, a guy, unscripting your life and doing all that for your lady? How about you just unscript that version or that part and you plan a date for your lady? You take her out, you plan the weekend getaway, you spend the time with the kids at home, you do this for her. Like, why don't you become more romantic with your lady? I'm sure there are a lot of ladies who wish that their boyfriends or their husbands or whatever it is could be more romantic than they are because literally guys, this is just a stereotypical thing that I've heard, like, oh, girls are too romantic, and in most cases that's true because if you notice, most girls, they're quite into those romantic movies, and I know most girls like K-dramas just like me, because the K-dramas, they bring this men to be more romantic. So at the end of the day, guys just have this script that girls are supposed to be leaning towards being more romantic than guys should be. Whereas I think that scripted version should just balance each other in a relationship. Like, both of you guys can be equally romantic with each other. It doesn't necessarily mean that a girl should be more romantic than you are. It doesn't necessarily mean that way. Both of you guys can literally be romantic together. Or the guy can be more romantic. Plan a date for your girlfriend. Just lay out the outfit like, babe, I've made a reservation. I'm coming to pick you up at this time, blah, 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 blah. Let's go out. That's nice because it's different. Guys, most guys are just used to girls planning everything. But then it's not bad for you to go out of your way and plan things for you and your partner. It's not bad at all. There's literally nothing wrong with you being more romantic than a girl. Guys who are actually quite romantic, they're more appealing and more attractive than the ones that are not. This is just from my personal view. And I know a lot of ladies might support me. We like guys who are also romantic. Don't just leave everything to be like, oh, the romantic side is only for my girlfriend. She's the one who is responsible for that. You can also take the lead and be the romantic guy. Spice it up. Another point that also, guys, that I also got was the fact that in relationships, goals are scripted to be loyal. This part, I had lots of doubt about it, because I'm like, these days to find a really 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 loyal person is really difficult. Once you find your loyal person, stick to them. Don't let go. People are deceitful out there. People are really really deceitful out there, guys. I'm telling you, the world is cruel. Bad things are happening. But then, like, one of the other guys that I asked was like, the scripted version that he has is like, the goal is supposed to be loyal in a relationship. And it's the way he said it, it's more like, if a guy is not loyal, we can make an exception, because, well, some guys becoming and saying like, oh, guys are naturally supposed to be polygamist or whatever it is. Guys can have more women, and it's allowed in the society. But a girl, you're supposed to just be loyal to your husband, or you're supposed to be just loyal to your boyfriend, or whatever it is, which is a misconception. Because if you're, some of them, they make excuses for cheating and be like, oh, you know what, naturally men, we're supposed to be. But I don't think that's right. The scripted version of only thinking that your girl is the only one who's entitled to being loyal is just absurd. Because if you're in a relationship, in a committed relationship with someone, you owe it to each other to be loyal. This whole thing of sneaking around, playing games, and yada 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 yada, guys, let's just grow the f up. Let's all grow up. Let's grow up. Let's not waste each other's time. We owe it to each other to be loyal. If we're in an exclusive relationship, let's just be loyal to each other. So anyways, yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. The scripted version, like, I could have gone on to like explain more points that I got from the few people that I asked, but then I just decided to mention these ones because I found these ones to be more appealing and more disturbing, if I could put it that way. So yeah, so as we've come to the end of this video, I just thought it's also quite important for me to say this. When I record those videos, I'm not necessarily trying to tell you guys on how you should live your lives or whatever the case might be. I'm just sharing my personal experiences, or how the society is also seeing things. Probably you're also struggling with the same things, and you probably think that you're alone or whatever it is. So most of the times I might not necessarily be giving you a guideline on how to go and unscript your life and start living that way, or in that case. So yeah, I might try to give you some insights on how I think life could be like, or whatever it is. But then at the same time, I don't want to seem like I'm this feminist or activist or whatever it is who is out there trying to change people's lives. If I can change your life for the better, then yeah, sure. But then yeah, I just thought that I should just put it out there. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I hope you take care of yourselves. Make sure that you stay tuned for the next episode that we're going to be unpacking the scripted version of The Perfect Guy. So I'm going to try my very best to make sure that I find you guys the perfect guests for the next episode. So just stay tuned. Have a nice week. Bye.